Good evening, this is Liz Busquets. Today is June 30th, 2020. Here present are Denise, Gina, Jan, Jean, Judy, Rachel, Rick, and Warren, and myself, and Kala. And this is a special teleconference meeting to talk about what to do about finals 2020, considering the present situation. So there is a motion on the floor by Jean, seconded by Rachel, to cancel finals 2020. So I will go around and I will allow each director to state their position and why they're taking that position. And then I will call for a vote. Denise.
I feel that we're in agreement to cancel the finals. There's been so much thought put into this: public safety, financial situation, unsure situations about the future, whether the facility will even be open at that time, whether the state is, whether the membership will support it by coming because of an unsure situation. The whole thing is that we need to move forward. We need to be as positive as possible about it. And nobody wants to make this decision, and it's very hard. But in ASCA's best interest going forward, the expense is overwhelming. And I think that when everybody thinks about it, they will be in agreement that it be canceled for 2020. Thank you.
Thanks, Denise. Gina?
I'm in a total agreement with Denise. I think that the amount of money, the financial loss is just probably twice the amount that we are normally used to. We just can't do it right now. And between that and the COVID and all the uncertainty, like I say, I agree with Denise. I think it should be canceled, and I hate to do it. I love finals. I've been in finals. I have friends going to finals, but for the sake of ASCA, I think it needs to be canceled. Thank you.
Thanks, Gina. Jan?
Well, we have had to make many difficult decisions, and our first primary goal is ASCA and its financial well-being. The COVID situation is uncertain in so many states, coming from the state of Washington that's still closed in many counties, not even sure how the travel situation's going to happen. And it's just such a public health risk. The financial aspects, the uncertainty of Georgia as the pre-shows are canceling and consortiums are leaving the group, and everything will rely on ASCA and the consortium that's still there to pay for it. We potentially are going to be spending over $20,000 of what we normally do, which is $50,000 or $60,000 for the whole finals, and that's a guess. It could be much higher number. And we just cannot afford to risk ASCA's name in this time. I think if we can do something special for these people who qualified, it's very important to me that it's a certificate, something that says something about COVID and the year, their dog's name, where they placed, to make it special for people to know that we appreciate their efforts in the year. Thank you.
Thanks, Jan. Jean?
Yeah, I don't feel that it would be responsible on ASCA's part to take on this financial burden at this time, what with everything that's going on. And so unfortunately, it's out of our hands, and we just need to do what's best for ASCA going forward. And that is to not have finals this year. Thank you.
Thanks, Jean. Judy?
Pretty much what everyone else has said. I don't really think I have anything else to add. Thanks.
Thanks, Judy. Rachel?
Exactly what everyone else has said. This is such a health crisis that may not be resolved by the time finals gets here. And from a monetary standpoint, the lack of income for ASCA and having to spend 20 to 30 to who knows how many $1,000s to cover the finals and potentially the site, we cannot allow ASCA to take on that expense this year. That's all I have. And oh, Jan had a great idea about the certificates. I think that would be a lovely gesture for folks. Thank you.
Thanks, Rachel. Rick?
Yes, I have to agree with everybody. Not only would we be putting our members at a possible health risk, it would not be a good financial decision to move forward this year with ASCA Finals. I would like to say thank you to the consortium. They put in a lot of work. They put in a lot of effort, and they kind of come up with a raw deal. And I'm sorry for that. Nobody intended for this to happen. And I'd just like to say, thank you to them, and let's keep ASCA strong, and let's move forward. Thank you.
Thanks, Rick. Warren?
Yeah, so I think we are pretty much in agreement. To me, the latest news on the difficulty in getting cattle, adding that to the cost, I think we have to assume it'll cost us at least $50,000 at a time when we don't have much. The companion events are canceling, and then there's COVID on top of that and all the uncertainty therein. I think from my own perspective, I want to express thanks and appreciation for the amount of effort that people take to earn their way into finals. I really respect that, and I love Jan's idea of having a certificate to show our appreciation. I think that's entirely appropriate. But I think there's no question that it's the best choice for ASCA to cancel for 2020.
Thanks, Warren. So this is Liz, and I agree with the general consensus. I think that financially, this is just too much of a burden this year. I think these are probably one of the most expensive finals that we've seen. And it comes at a year where we have fewer resources to make up for whatever difference in the income between the income and expenses that's going to happen. So I think that financially, this is the right decision to be made for ASCA. I think that the COVID situation has made it worse. It is just too uncertain. I think that we would be putting our membership in at a risk that I don't know that we can justify. Small shows and trials are one thing, but something like finals, it is just with the travel and the amount of people, the number of people that come, is just too much of a risk. And so I agree that we should cancel finals, and I also agree that the consortium has worked very hard on this, and we're all, regret that this has to happen this way. but it's not anything that any of us could have foreseen. And finally, I have the utmost respect for people who, you know, trial all year to get to finals. And, you know, I've been in finals myself, so I know how much pride that is. I think a certificate or something special for the finalists will be more than appropriate. But anyway, I think that finals just need to be canceled. So there's a motion on the floor, as I said. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any
Aye.
opposed? Okay, any opposed? Any abstentions? The motion carries. That was the only thing that we had for tonight. So by the time you listen to this recording, you will have heard the news. So thank you all for listening.
Thank you, Liz.
Thank you to everyone,
Thank you for
especially
participating.
Liz.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.